somebody say this. They DM me this. So they were trying to like, they're trying to counter what I said about the Pooh Shiesty situation. Well, so what I said is that the security guard did not see, and they said, "Well, Ak, if somebody's in the booth, there's a glass." I want to tell you how a music studio is set up. Where I record at technically is a music studio. I don't know if I can shift my camera around, but right there, oh, it's off camera. It's a plexiglass booth. Usually people have a standalone room where you record music in. That's a plexiglass booth. In a regular studio, you'll have a booth where you record. Yes, people could hear you outside the booth if they want, but there's usually glass or some type of glass that they could see into the booth. And right here where I'm sitting at, right? When Chosen, I don't know if you guys remember Chosen. Chosen used to engineer me. The lower computer here is where all the production stuff is. So this here where I'm actually talking to you is what's called the control room, right? So I know it's not another room, but the booth right there would be a separate room within the control room, okay? The police officer was in the lobby. You cannot see, usually there's not a glass you can't see into a studio. Why? Because there's so much noise. At least the outer exterior of trust me, I've built studios. The outer exterior of the studio, which is outside the control room and outside the booth. Remember, the booth is in the control room. It's just separated, right? Booth, control room. If you're not in the booth or the control room, keep in mind, Gucci's over there. The 6 niggas with the 2 dudes are here, the cameraman and BP or whatever his name is, right? If the security's not there, he's outside of this door. That door there, he's outside. Except it's not a glass door, right? So he can't see. That's my point. He cannot see what's going on. So for whoever, not getting at you or anything, but whoever is saying, no, the security, it's impossible. Like, if what's being described is accurate as I have read this complaint, you will see it says, all we got to say is lobby. Go look at lobby. CW, that's the cop, right? I want to make sure y'all see this, right? CW is positioned in the studio lobby. At first, TD remained in the vehicle, okay? So TD is like the driver. CW is like bodyguard. He got his pistol on him, okay? Let's keep going again. They saw the conversation escalating, and the cameraman texted CW, who's still in the lobby. Again, you got to just read here, people. The cop is not in the studio. He's not in the control room. He's not in the booth. And if you're outside of the control room, there is no windows. Only a shitty studio that is meant for like millionaires. Like, this is a home studio, right? Like, really, when I bought this house, this was a library. So that's why I didn't switch that door. It's a library. Okay? We did some soundproofing to it. I didn't want to build an extra thing for a room here, so I just got plexiglass. But essentially, if you go to an actual studio, it's not going to have any see-through shit, okay, for sound quality. So the cop is in the studio lobby. He can't see shit, all right? Right, walked over to the studio lobby, studio door to the studio door to the lobby. He closed it. Okay? He prevented the victims from leaving. The cop and the bodyguard, the security guards, watched him lock the door, and then they attempted to force their way inside, but they were prevented from entering. They drew guns. They managed to partially open the door, but recognized they were outnumbered by the armed target suspects. Gucci. So this is after they've been pulled the gun on Gucci in the booth. They got the signature already. They brought Gucci outside the booth. Now they're robbing everybody else. Give me the watch. Give me the this. Give me the that. Give me the earring. Give me the that. Give me the that. Okay? When everybody's in a control room, this big room, you get Wright, who's big 30. He goes over to the door. That's the entrance. And he's making sure it's locked. And he blocks it with his body, like leaning up on it. Then they're watching this because they're watching, like, maybe he's fidgeting with the door, whatever. And they feel, or no, I guess, watched him barricade the door. They attempted to force their way in. Doesn't work. Okay? He gets pushed onto the couch. The victims think that they were going to be executed because Gucci gets pushed onto the couch. Williams placed a barrel of the firearm back of BP's head. Nigga, I'm about to blow your brains out, nigga. Stop all this fucking moving. And he ordered him and Gucci to leave the control room through the west entrance. So this is after the robbery. This is how they get out the building. So this is also part of the kidnapping. They said, leave the control room through the west entrance. They instructed the cop. It said Gucci then instructed the cop to escort them to their vehicle. Okay? As the victims left, MM turned to Shiesty and asked, bro, you really taking my watches, gang? Oh, yeah. Slime season, nigga. Swiping, no swiping, nigga. That's what's going on right now. Based on the later recovered surveillance footage, they left the studio through the east entrance. So they forced Gucci to leave through the west. And then they left through the east. So if the door is here, one got to be east, one got to be west, right? Or one got to be east, one got to be west. So they make Gucci go one way, they go the other way. Okay? Exterior shows them leaving. Yeah. Okay? So, interesting. All right? Very interesting to note. Wow, this is a hell of a plot, huh? Now, I got to be honest. What's a little bit interesting and confusing for me is that they tell Gucci to go that way. They go that way. I'm wondering, are they cognizant of the cameras? And also, here's the thing, too. They tell Gucci to go that way. Clearly, Gucci realized he's outgunned, outmatched. Gucci told his security, nah, just bring us to our vehicle, bro. Yo, let's go. So Gucci tells his security, let's go. Gucci doesn't say to the cop, yo, that pussy niggas just robbed me, get him. He said, nah, let's go to the car. Come on, let's go to the car. So Gucci tuck his tail, which we all would. Let's go, let's get out of here. I don't know if they wait a second, but they go the other way. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
I might just go in there and just freestyle, just catch it. Another day I might just write some, or all I need, it's to the point now, all I need is words. Like, I feel like if I tell you to give me some words while I rap, I feel like, so they like, man, he deserved it. So boom, my celly would let him know, like, bro, this is my celly.
Let's hear about, you said how prison changed him. Because I don't think it changed at all.
A lot of good habits I picked up in there. Yeah, some I gotta tighten up some more, but for sure, like working out, there's one. Never worked out before, never. But working out, there's one. Reading, I wasn't just too much of a fan of picking up books, but I read all day long. But reading, I got my reading game up in there. Knowing how to choose between rational and irrational decisions, just decision making and thinking before I act, working on my temper. It's a lot of knowing how to communicate. I learned how to communicate better. It's a lot of good things, If you can see the good in situations, always some good. Moving forward, like I was saying, just on moving better in life, I try to steer away from them same type of scenarios. It's like seeing now, I done saw that one before. I done already watched that movie before. I'm already cool on it, you know what I'm saying? So I try to change on my people, places, and things, change up the way I move. I always put like the importance first, like who I am and what I got ahead of me and who I do it for and them situations